tongue twister. Today we're going to be talking with Akhila Shiva, who contributed to the first anthology of the short of it, The Sound of Brilliance. Akhila is the founder and sole contributor of Words and Notions and Quality Notions blogs. By profession, she's a software quality and quantitative data analyst. That is a mouthful. Excuse me. She's a self-motivated, lifelong learner who believes in the signs from the universe. When it comes to writing, she feels like flying across the space between words and whipping up whimsical waves of notion to discern the quantum code of her soul. Oh, I like the way you've written that. She is the author of Know
Yeah,
Them.
thank you.
You're welcome. Know Them, One Answer to Many Questions, a general knowledge book, and I Had a Crush, The 17 Kinks, a free ebook of 17 short stories. Her poetry has been published in various literary magazines like Indian Periodical, I Write Her, Pooh's Ha, etc. And she is bleeding out all the intoxicated imperfections of her soul through her blog and Twitter handle, Words and Motion. Akhila was featured on the short of it in October of 2020. So welcome, Akhila. Let's get started with your questions. You sound like you have either an intriguing job or a very numbers crunchy kind of job. So which is it?
Uh, I didn't get that cringe kind of job. Are you
Oh,
asking?
well, it's an American type of word. I guess maybe it wouldn't translate well into your language, but numbers crunchy means it's a heavy in math and doing a lot of like accounting work and stuff like that, where you're constantly tabulating, maybe. Let's do it this way. Tell me what your job is.
My job. You're asking my job.
Yes. What do
Uh,
you do? What is your quantitative data analyst? What does the
yeah,
quantitative analyst do?
yeah. Actually, it's mainly into statistics, data analysis, kind of stuffs like that.
Okay.
So I was a quality analyst doing quantitative data analysis also. It's a part of my job. And in fact, a couple of years back, I took a break from my desktop job and now a little bit freelancing and doing writing and being with my plants and my family mainly.
Awesome. Well, that sounds enriching, and that's what you need then. So, what is it about writing that drew you in? What is it that keeps you being a writer?
Yeah, actually, uh, writing it's kind of unpaced mental therapy for me.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, actually, that is a one-line description for what I am gaining from writing. Like bleeding out all the imperfections of my soul to poetries and
Mhm.
short quotes. Normally, I'm not much into long writing. I enjoy this short kind of writings. That's why I found a place in your short of it.
Mhm.
So actually, I really enjoyed that a lot. It was kind of energizing my soul actually.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you did, because I find that there's a lot of people who really enjoy the short and the succinct. So it was really good to see that you came to us and decided to submit your work, and then obviously be featured and then selected for the anthology. So thank you. I appreciate that. Um, when I read that bio earlier, you said you loved being a lifelong learner, and I think that's crucially important for everybody, not just people who are actually interested in being inquisitive and understanding the mysteries of an unanswered situations. So that's good that you are a lifelong learner. I really applaud you for that. But I guess my question to you would be, are there any areas of knowledge that you'd like to pursue beyond writing, beyond your job, beyond, the normal things that we really should acquire with respect to
Yeah,
knowledge? What do you enjoy researching or going to understand better?
Yeah, apart from my job, apart from this writing, what mainly catches my attention is the space science things like astronomy, such things. And recently, actually, I'm doing a little bit of explorations on astral travel,
Oh,
not
nice.
astronomical travel. Yeah, astral travel. I'm trying, just lucid dreaming, starting with lucid dreaming, trying to explore this astral travel things, out of body experiences. I don't know if it is real or not, but I'm just exploring. There are different views, like it is not real, it is an illusion only. It's the
Hmm.
pituitary glands of your brain is stimulating the hormones and making you feel that it is happening actually. I mean, the astral travel is happening actually. It's
Hmm.
only an illusion. That is the one part of the story. That's what people are telling about the same. But at the same time, uh, even if it is an illusion, if we can have such an experience, it is really awesome.
Hmm. Oh, I agree. I think it'd be fascinating to be able to travel out of body and go
Yeah.
anywhere you wanted. I'd be at the beach every day. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That makes me think of a movie that I watched a while ago called, or maybe a series. I can't remember exactly which one it was.
Insidious, yeah, Insidious, Inception. There are a lot many movies like that.
Yeah, but there's another one called Behind Her Eyes. If you
Yeah.
check that one out, because that actually is about astral projection, and the
Okay.
storyline was fabulous. It was just spectacular. I think you would enjoy it, if especially if you like astral projection, because how, well, I can't tell you about the story, but it's, I don't want to give anything away because it's really good. But Behind Her Eyes, and I think it's on Netflix, if you know, I don't know if you guys stream out there or not, but it's a really good movie. Okay, the other question I had with respect to lifelong learning, though, when you say astronomy, are you a big fan of, say, cosmology and Neil deGrasse Tyson and all that?
Yeah, cosmology, it's actually something which catches my attention since my brain started to develop.
Oh,
Maybe my third standard or fourth standard. So this
awesome!
astral travel is only a thing which I started to explore recently only, but this astronomical thing, it was there in my mind since childhood.
Wow.
So, but I don't know. I couldn't get into that. I couldn't take it as my profession. But
Hmm.
still, apart from profession, I love exploring such new areas.
What about and the reason I asked this is because it just flipped up on my timeline at Facebook. Are you familiar with Brian Cox? Professor
Pardon?
Brian, are you familiar with Professor Brian Cox?
No.
Okay. Well, he is another, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, into, like, cosmology and astronomy and things like that. And I don't remember his official title, but or what his profession is. But we went to go see him a couple years ago, and he's fascinating. To talk about the existence of our universe and possibilities beyond and everything. It was just a really good show. So I was just curious if you had heard of him or not, but I can send you some information about him if you like. But he's
Yeah.
he's he's fascinating too. Um, let's see. I've asked this question of everybody, but what is your favorite type? I mean, obviously you already said it earlier on. It was the micro poetry is something that draws you in. But are there other, like, for instance, I'm a big fan of Billy Collins, and his style is completely different, and he can write, I mean, almost, a whole book on just one topic, it feels like. But are you drawn to reading other people who have different styles?
Yeah, actually, I love sonnets a lot. I'm not, I'm not able to write it actually, but I love reading sonnets a lot, mainly Shakespeare's things.
Hmm.
And yeah, then yeah, mostly free verse.
I probably send you some information on Stephen Buchanan. He does a lot of sonnets too. You might like him.
Okay.
Actually, he was one of the poets on the short of it too. So I'll send you his website.
Okay.
Let me make a note of that. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to write fast here. Okay. When you mention that, or when you what you wrote in your bio, she is bleeding out all the intoxicated imperfections of her soul. I'm trying to imagine what intoxicated imperfections means to you. I think I know what it means to me, but what does it mean to you? Can you explain that a little bit more in depth?
It could be anything like your imaginations, which you don't want to share it publicly, or your secrets, or your hallucinations or illusions, or anything like that. Needn't be the real stuff, but what's there in your mind at that point of time, which needn't be real, but kind of but you want to share it also. So
Okay.
such imperfections.
Well, I thought that was a really unique way of saying it. Intoxicated imperfections, because I know that I think we're all flawed. You know, we're always,
Yeah, exactly.
life is such an evolution for us to go from, I think we're born perfect exactly the way we are because this is who we are. And then the journey that we go with our life, we intermingle with all these obstacles that flaw us too. So that's where the
Yes.
imperfections come from, I think. After that, it's up to us to evolve from those. So that's how what I got from it was the intoxicated imperfections is that we took in all the stuff that made us imperfect, and now we have to unravel that basically. So, but I thought that was really a very unique way of saying it. So tell me more about your writing journey. You mentioned earlier about being very inspired by things like, uh, astronomy and space and sky and all that. But when did your writing start impacting you? Or when did you start taking your pen up and deciding I'm going to put down on paper what I'm thinking or wanting to express?
Yeah, actually, writing, I used to do writing since childhood, but it was kind of mostly in my diary. I never took it outside of my diary or the college desk or something like that, or in friends' notebooks or something like that. Other than that, I never go into a platform. Yeah, sometimes in magazines also, and that a little bit college magazines and all. Other than that, I never try to explore much. Then after I was into my job, so there also I was actually kind of not much into writing. And then when I took a break from my desktop job, again the thing which were all the imperfections which were within me woke up. So so that from that moment onwards, it should be couple of years back. From that moment onwards, actually I started blogging. Uh, the blog, kind of daily blogging.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, it's only weekly, but that time it was only a kind of daily blogging.
Mm-hmm.
Used to write a lot. Then, yeah, actually published. Actually, I used to prepare for some examinations. So from that examinations, also I was learning something. So based on that, I published actually a book that was mainly in India, uh, and that book was like a kind of general knowledge book. And people used to ask me, "You write literature and you're publishing a general knowledge book?" And anyway, whatever I learned, I tried to put it in a book. And then second time, I published an ebook that was actually short stories. You can't not short stories, short, very short things. Not stories. My real experiences actually in a different form, the
Okay.
imperfections in a different form.
I'm going to have to look that one up because I like the title of it too, 17 Kinks. So because here, I don't know what kinks means over there, but over here, kinks means more like a fetish, like a sexual connotation to it. So I was kind of curious as to what that would be. But
No,
again, yeah, I know, it's not that, but I'm just saying it was, at first I was like, oh, okay, so she's an erotica writer maybe.
I haven't started the radio so far. Maybe.
Maybe in the future you'll do that. That when you
Yeah,
come out of
maybe in the future.
when you come out of your comfort zone, that'll take you in a different direction.
Yeah.
um,
Actually,
but go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I actually I meant just twists only, twisted stories.
Okay.
The end wouldn't be as you expecting.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. I will definitely check that out. Um, how do you think you've learned, because obviously you've been doing it now for quite so many years, but what do you think has helped you best to perfect your craft, to continue to write good, substantive writing?
Uh, I
And
didn't get that actually.
okay, let me put it in a different way. I feel like most people, when they start something, they're fresh, they're new, they're maybe not as good at doing what they think they can do. But over time, with practice, you get better, right? So
Yeah.
what I'm asking you as a writer, what do you think has helped you get better at writing, or propelled you further and made you
Yeah.
do better?
Yeah, actually, definitely it is the blogging platform, WordPress blogging platform.
Hmm.
If I was not there, maybe I wouldn't have even thought about such writing. Actually, the WordPress itself helped me a lot
Hmm.
because as I told earlier, like I was a kind of daily blogging. Daily blogging means I used to read a lot also, not just
Yeah.
reading. That platform really helped me a lot in the sense like not just writing, like enhancing my perspectives, different kind of perspectives which I never imagined while I was in college or my school studies or anywhere.
Yeah.
All those perspectives, all those different perspectives, unpopular opinions which came to my mind, all those twists, all those different thoughts, all such things, different dimensions of all these different dimensions which came into my mind after being into this WordPress platform only. Actually, I really enjoyed a lot. Recently, I'm not much into daily blogging. Used to kind of weekly. Still, it helped me a lot. Now I'm kind of reading a lot of this Twitter-based poetries and all.
Hmm.
It's very short. You can read it at your convenience. So, reading a lot of Twitter-based poetries.
Hmm. So basically, they were inspiring to you. It was inspirational.
Pardon?
It's inspirational to be on like the WordPress or the WordPress community. You were able to read other people too. That helped you as far as doing better, writing better too, if I'm understanding correctly.
Uh, yeah, actually, WordPress helped me a lot. Is that?
Okay. But do you find that the reading, because I also, you mentioned that you read a lot too, not just writing, but I find that reading other people's work helps me improve too, because I see things. I mean, I know how I write, but then when I read other people's work too, it helps me create a little bit better as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Reading other people's helps us a lot. Like as I told, like uh, they would be having a different kind of perspectives to the thing which we are watching. Their imagination would be totally different. Actually, it helped me a lot personally, not just writing. It helped me a lot in the sense. Don't basically we can tell like don't judge at the don't judge things or don't judge people. uh, I'm not telling like I'm a kind of a fully judgmental person or not,
Mm-hmm.
but still, after being into this platform, I came to realize we cannot judge or we cannot judge poem or persons or anything. Just seeing the face thing. There could be a lot of unsaid stories,
Mm-hmm.
unsaid things behind them. We don't know. We cannot judge them.
Yeah.
So, so that is just one example. Like that, a lot of perspectives came into my mind after being into this WordPress platform.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think it gives you a little bit of empathy too, where you can realize that what affects other people may not affect you the same way, but you can really empathize with their situation more. And you're right. I don't think that we can judge because we don't know what they're going through. We really,
Yeah.
we only know what they share with us. And even what they share with us may not be the full story. So keep your opinions to yourself about their lives because you don't know.
Yes.
I agree with you. I had one question too. What caught my eye on your blog, Quality Notion, you brought up the term Bayes' theorem, and I am familiar with it. I actually, but I didn't learn it until, gosh, probably my 30s, what that meant. But I understood, I think subconsciously what it meant because my thought process always did work towards those notions of Bayes' theorem. Uh, but for the people who may not know what that term refers to, would you mind explaining it to the audience that's listening? Because they may not know what it means or why it's used. It's actually a very practical application of understanding the world around us, but I want to hear your explanation of it and for people.
Yeah, actually, Bayes' theorem is actually a probabilistic thing, mainly used in calculations, statistical calculations, and all. Like if you got two events happening, and how would you calculate the probability of these two events happening together? Suppose what could be the probability of raining today? Say you have got a probability of 40% probability of raining today, assuming there are clouds, and then again you have to go out. So if there are clouds, if it could be raining, how confident are you to go out? Like that, the Bayes theorem helps you define the probability if the events are combined together.
Mm-hmm.
There could be one, two, three, four, any number of events, and if the events are combined together, if the events are happening together, what could be the probability? So that is what Bayes theorem helps you to calculate. So there is a formula, uh, statistical formula. And using the formula, you can calculate the probability of these events happening together. So it
Right.
will help you.
It'll help you make great decisions or the best decisions based on the probabilities, basically. And I think when I kind of relate to people, I think critical thinking, I mean, making good decisions is based on Bayes' theorem. And even though it's a mathematical calculation, it really does nail how to make the best decisions based on, the information that you have in your possession. Am I
Yeah.
saying that correctly? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually applicable in our real life too, because we are all interconnected beings. There are so many things happening around us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can calculate the rough probabilities at least, yeah, we can make better decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree with you. So tell me, what's on your agenda for like the upcoming year? What are you going to be working on, or what do you plan on producing? I mean, obviously you say you're continuing to blog at least weekly, but do you have another book on the horizon? Are you planning on contributing to other anthologies? What's another thing I haven't been doing lately is just submitting to other types of literary magazines just to put your work out there. What you doing?
Yeah, actually, so whatever I do right now will be continuing the same. And that's what I always do. Whatever I am doing, I'll be continuing and I'll be adding on to that. So that is how I progress every time. I want like I didn't stop my blogging, but I reduced it a little bit while trying to write more poems for anthologies and for online magazines and all. But I didn't stop blogging. So likewise, I'll be continuing all what I am doing right now. Plus, there will be something more. This something more I am working out like could be a book. There are few poems in hand. Uh, it might come out as a book. uh, I haven't like there are around 40-50 poems are there already. uh, I need to work on the same. I haven't yet concluded whether I need to publish it as a book, or I haven't I haven't fully conversed on that. But there are around 40-50 poems in hand, which I haven't published in my blog, which are all a kind of uh, say I could say, what's the meaning of life? Just an example. What's the meaning of life? Is it just random, or is it a deterministic one? Is life a random thing or a deterministic one? So such topics are taken for this poems, for a collection of poems. So I don't think if I have to publish it together, because all those sets are a kind of unpopular opinions. Let me call it as unpopular opinions,
Mhm.
because people normally love to believe like we are living on a cause effects thing. There is I do believe in karma. Whatever you do comes back. So I do believe in karma, and at the same time, uh, even if you think at the quantum level, even if you look into the quantum mechanics and all, everything at the subatomic level is happening randomly. It's not deterministically. So so there is something going on randomly inside the atoms,
Mhm.
and something going on, if there is something going on deterministically at the universe or at the cosmos level, maybe there is some connection missing between the two.
Mhm.
So like I already told, like I'm exploring such things nowadays. So all those stuffs are coming in as poems.
I was going to say, are you able to apply Bayes' theorem to the meaning?
That's a good
Try it.
question. Thank you for the inspiration.
Okay. And when you've worked that out, please do share with us.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Well, Akila, it's been lovely to have you here. I still would like you to read your poem from the anthology. Which one did you select?
Yeah, it could be uh, the first one. Let me select the first one.
Okay.
That is the resilience. The one titled Resilience. Kanbila sits resilient and while they have mastered the altars. So these are the three lines of that echo. Actually, this bougainvillea is something which always catch my attention. There, wild, beautiful flowers without much smell. So normally they are not treated as roses
Mm-hmm.
or tulips, or so they are a kind of ignored flowers, like embroidered on the streets and all. But at the same time, they're so resilient, mastering all the altars of the seasons and standing there for long.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that poem. Actually, I love a lot this bougainvillea flowers and the
Mm,
seeds also.
yeah. Oh, I loved all of yours. That I don't know. They're beautiful. I know we had, I think it was two that made the cut, right? Or how many? I'm trying to remember. How many did we include in the anthology? Was it all of them or
Two.
just two? Right. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry, I've got 120 different poems going through my head, so I don't know. Oh,
It's it's a
but beautiful, just beautiful. I want to thank you for being a part of this because this is the first effort I've, done to compile other people's work, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have had fun with the authors. We've had communications back and forth, and just reading your work has been a joy to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that. I
yeah.
appreciate it. And I wish you much success on your continued writing.
Thank you. Actually, I want to thank you also because you are such a hardworking,
Oh,
creative person because you are taking an enormous effort for combining all these quadrants, and I also love your initiatives for all this magazines and making it into an anthology. And I'm quite sure you would be coming up with something something more
oh
in the
yeah,
near future.
there's more on the horizon. Already working on another project.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I was thinking already on that because you are such a creative person. You would be definitely coming up with plus, plus, plus.
Because it's fun. I mean, I just enjoy doing things, and maybe that's just because I can get distracted easily or what, I don't know. But I also like to learn new things, and when I learn new things, I want to do new things. So, I mean, for me, it's just a constant inspiration, and I enjoy doing that. So I hope my goal is to just make sure that I bring as many people with me as I can, because I think when you do things together, even though I'm a very introverted person and I do things alone, I am a loner in that regard when I do my work, but I do enjoy enhancing other people's lives and being supportive of them because it just makes my life richer too. So
Yeah.
I will keep you posted on what I'm doing next.
I'll be waiting.
Thank you so much, Akila. It was a pleasure to meet you finally. And then just thank you again for your contributions to the anthology. You definitely added value to it. So thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll be
Thank you.
talk
You're most welcome. I'll be waiting for you again.
okay, I'll be talking to you soon. You take care.
Bye.
Bye.